Hello friends, Breakman79 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Ye Olde Planescape Torment. I'm afraid to go back outside. I suppose we can look at our journal and see what quests we have here. And looks like a lot of them. Okay. Somebody to find dead. Find her friend somewhere in the clerk's ward. Actually, two different people melded into one. Ah. I don't remember where he was. Okay, we did get Dolores' keys back. So we should go visit her and return them. We still don't know where this is. I don't think we found the Crimson Veil. I don't think so. Fork, no. Revenge, no. Oh right, we never did get back on that. And I guess the main kind of quest, find Ravel. Alright guys, let's brave the elements here. Cross your fingers. Oh, there's only two of them. Maybe that's all that remains. It's okay if they just... Oh no, here they come. Okay. Oh, I'm all out. Ugh, there's three of them. Well, we got 4 more magic missiles. Okay. Gang up on them. I'll keep pounding this one. Okay, good. Nice. Okay. Is that one still left back here, or is that it? Okay. And there we go. Whew. Let's hope that's done. Alright. Clerk's Ward. Old Poet. I don't think we've talked to this guy before. This kindly looking old man spares you only the briefest of glances before returning to his recitation. Heckle the Poet. I mean, that... I'm gonna, like, make fun of some poor old man? That just doesn't sound right. Suppose I could try it. You heckle and... Oh, really? Jeer at the poet, making fun of his style of verse, appearance, and postulated home life. You top it off by interrupting a few of his verses and completing them with bawdy rhymes of your own, which draws some chuckles from the onlookers and sets the old poet doing his best to ignore you, to gritting his teeth. It didn't change my true neutral. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that.
I'm gone.
Please don't be...
Done.
Okay, good.
Done.
What was this place? Oh yeah, we know about that.
All right.
Matter of course.
All right.
Is there anything else over here? No. Did we talk to this guy? I have this feeling this is the woman we pissed off a while ago, and she sent the guards on us. Drunken mage. This older man is staring into the stein of ale. Misery etched into his features. The battered pewter mug is an unusual one, lightly engraved with strange runes and bearded faces, and covered with a coat of thin frost. He looks up as you approach him. Greetings, sir. He seems slightly tipsy. What's that mug you've got? This? He looks down at the pewter mug. I won this in a dice game. It's enchanted to keep whatever's in it freezing cold. In my case, cheap ale. He frowns, rubs at his eyes, and takes another swig of his drink. Huh. I wonder if there was a way I could have gotten that from him. Oh, it's probably something you need to steal. He sighs. Something wrong? He sighs, belches into his hand, nods as he takes another pull of ale. Aye, something's wrong, all right. I've gone and lost my apprenticeship. Well hungover I was and botched my mentor's last experiment. All for this damned drink. He sneers at the mug in his hand, but in seconds his expression softens and he takes another swig. Ruins everything it does, this damnable drink of mine. Well, why don't you stop drinking then?
Updated my journal.
He shrugs and sighs miserably. I simply cannot. I want to, but I cannot. I just need to drink. I try and stay away, but desire eventually overcomes me, and I cannot resist. Such a wreck I've become. He throws back the last of his ale and calls for more. There's someone you should speak to. Unfulfilled desire. You can find her in the Civic Fest Hall. Talk to her of your love for drink, and you'll soon find you won't want it any longer.
Updated my journal.
Oh, experience. Nice. His eyes brighten. Truly, I shall go. Speak to her now, then. I thank you, sir. He pauses, looking down at his empty mug. Here, I would have you take this. I need it no longer. He hands you the rune-covered ale stein. Thank you. Ah, yeah, so I could have just got it from here. Whatever. In case I need another one, or I can just sell the bloody thing. Cafe patron. Able ponder thought. Oh, there's Namel right there. This tall, slender woman, sipping wine from a small ceramic cup, appears to be looking for someone. Her facial features are elegantly exotic to the woman's ears, though partially covered by her long hair can be seen to come to sharp points. Well, hello there. The woman turns to face you, violet eyes flashing like flawless chips of amethyst. Her speech is as music. You can hear a faint musical tinkling, 100 tiny crystal bells as she speaks. Each word lingers in your ears as if they were unwilling to relinquish the exquisite sound. Namel turns to face the scarred, dour stranger. She asked what he wished of her. Wow. Pah! Anna sneers at Morty. Stop your drooling, you layered skull. My, what a hot-blooded little chit, starved for attention. I could drool over you too if you're just jealous. Morty starts floating towards Anna, making wet, slavering noises. Get a hair's breadth closer, skull, and I'll see to it that none of your chittering teeth lies within 100 paces of another. Morty stops abruptly, turning away while muttering unintelligibly. You're Namel. I was told you know the command word for this decanter. What decanter? Huh? The one I just picked up? There's a command. Oh, whatever. Let's see what she says. The woman makes no move to touch or examine the decanter, but only speaks. Namel took it from the stranger, turning it in her hands. Had she seen its like before, she thought. Perhaps, yes, she remembered now. She returned the decanter, whispering into his ear as she did so.
Updated my journal.
Huh? You realize you know the word now. Holy hell. Nildin Osash. Or something like that. Though you're certain the woman never whispered to you, but merely said she did. She blinks at you. Would the stranger leave her now, satisfied with what she told him? Not yet. Your friend, Alwyn, is looking for you.
Updated my journal.
Nema's lips form a perfect smile, and infectious happiness radiates from her, clinging to you like sweet-smelling warmth. Nemel was overjoyed to hear of her friend. Was Aelwell close by? Well, she's at another cafe east of here, across this part of the ward. Nemel thanked the man for his wondrous news. Soon she would go to visit her oldest friend, Alwyn. Now, though, she would reward the stranger. No, that's alright. I don't need a reward. Nemel touches her index fingers to her lips, making a faint, hushy noise. She would draw the stranger close, laying her hand upon his chest and kissing the pale, leathery skin of his cheek. Life would flow into him, invigorating him. This then was to be his reward. Wait. Max HP increased permanently. Sweet. Plus 8,000 experience, not too shabby. As you wait, there's a light tingling sensation upon your cheek and chest. The feeling spreads across the whole of your body, and you begin to feel stronger, more animated. Well, thank you. I had some questions. Nemel listens to the stranger's questions, but could answer none. He would have to seek his answers elsewhere. But I haven't even asked. Nemel smiles at you, slowly shaking her head, your face reflected in her shimmering eyes. Frustrated, confused, he at last gave up. It was clear this woman possessed no more knowledge than was of use to him, or if she did, she could not be persuaded to share it. What? No, just let me ask you something. You open your mouth, but no words come out. Try as you might, you cannot question her. Nemel shakes her head sadly. Farewell, then. Okay. Abel pondered thought. This older man looks somewhat bookish. His clothing and accessories are extremely clean, neat, and well cared for, and he often pauses to brush some fleck of dust or lint off them. A symbol resembling a stylized dagger, piercing upwards through a flame, is embroidered upon his tunic. Well, greetings. The man's eyes pass over you, gleaming as they fix on Morty. Oh, I say, would you look at that? A floating skull. Morty turns and looks behind them. Where? Where? Ah, Morty. What would we do without you? The man gasps. By the unjust laws of Twainy the Merciless! Who the hell is that? He suddenly covers his mouth and looks at Fall from Grace apologetically. Sorry, the man was a horrible tyrant, now long dead. His name should never be spoken so. 'Tis rather vulgar. My deepest apologies, Lady Grace. I did not mean to offend. She smiles slightly. It is no matter, Abel. I am certain only Twainy would have been offended by the comment. And, as you know, his subjects buried him alive more than 3 centuries ago. Ah, yes, you are probably right. Try and get his attention. Okay. Wave your arms furiously around. He turns back to Morty. But behold, a skull, buoyant, levitating off the ground, cognitive of his environment and possessing hearing, speaking, and seeing capabilities. He act. I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go. Let's just try. He act. He turns to you as if you are suddenly a confidant. This is truly one of the reasons that the plains shall never become dull to me, sir. Just when you think you've seen everything, the plains show you yet another corner to peer around, and, he raises his hands gloriously, suddenly whole new wondrous vistas are open to you. Huh. Actually, the talking, floating skull thing is quite common. Right up there with self-resurrecting amnesiacs scouring Sigil for their lost identities. The man ignores you, looking to Morty instead. "I say, Skull," he begins. Morty gasps. "Look behind you! Another floating skull!" Let Morty have his fun. The man seems to have forgotten you entirely, instead turning in shock to look for this other floating skull. "No? Where? Where?" "Right where I'm pointing! There!" "Where? I cannot see it." Morty speaks with mock exasperation. There we go. "You just missed it. A whole parade of them. Probably never happen again in a million revolutions of the Great Ring." He turns and harumphs. "I sense you also possess a peculiar degree of mockery." Morty bobs slightly as if shrugging. I prefer to refer to it as a keen insights into human nature. Oh, wave your arms again. He suddenly seems to see you for the first time. The man's eyes widen. "By the unjust laws of 20, He catches himself looking apologetic. "I say, are you all right? You look..." He fumbles for the words. "Hurt." "I'm all right." "Aye, it hurts to look at him, it does." Oh, it came from Anna. "It hurts to look..." Whatever. Forget it. Oof. Very amusing, Anna. I had some other questions, sir. The man nods eagerly. Of course, of course. I am always most happy to answer what questions I can, young sir." Let's ask about him. "Me, certainly." "Well, who the hell are you?" "Why, my name is Abel Ponderthought." That was pointless. Other questions about you. "Oh, what's that symbol embroidered on your tunic mean?" "Why, 'tis the symbol of the Fraternity of Order. We are responsible for much of the law-making and running the courts here in Sigil. Many judges, advocates, and clerks are members of our order, and we are pleased to be able to help enforce Sigil's laws and keep things orderly. We make strident effort to learn all laws, whether they pertain to Sigil, the planes, or the multiverse itself." What does the Fraternity of Order believe?
Updated my journal.
The Fraternity of Order believes that the multiverse is governed by laws. When one knows all the laws, one will understand the multiverse. That is our goal. By understanding the laws, their limits, we learn to avoid certain laws. If you don't mind me asking, what sort of benefits are in the position? Well, our fraternity allows us to read languages quite easily. We may use some rules of the multiverse on occasion to suit our benefits. Okay. What do you do here? "I passed my administrator exam just recently and have achieved the status of A9, a research consultant in the Hall of Records, one of the many aides specializing in Sigil's physical laws and history. I research topics and laws of interest to others. It is quite fascinating, really." "Research? Could you look something up for me?"
Updated my journal.
"I can most certainly try, sir. What is it you seek to know of?" "I'm looking for information on any deceased person who matches my description." He seems puzzled. "An odd request, sir. Such a man or men would have to have been noteworthy figures for my work to turn up anything of interest. Are you investigating an ancestors of yours? Or something like that. Can you check?" "Yes, I shall look into it. I should have the information in less than a day from now." "Thanks. Can I ask you to look into something else?" "Okay. I'm looking for information about a night hag named Ravel Puzzlewell." Ravel, if she truly existed, and there is little to prove that she did, was a night hag, one of the inhabitants of the Grey Waste, one of the lower planes, and believed by some to be the worst of the lower planes. Okay, continue to listen. He continues, As the legend goes, Ravel was mazed several centuries ago. She was believed of being a mistress of many strange magics, and apparently her presence and sigil constituted a threat to the lady. I'm afraid that I know little about her. So, can you research her then? Yes, I shall look into it. I should have the information in less than a day from now. Great. Oh. Is this something that he can only do one at a time? My thanks. The man nods eagerly. Of course, of course. I'm always most happy to answer what questions I can, young sir. I think that's all we're going to get out of him. Huh? Place where drinks might be served. Oh, it's just a bar. Cafe. Map. The Advocates. So I wondered, now that we know more information on what happened to Deionarra, is it worth talking to this guy anymore?
Done.
Certainly can try. You see, Ionis, he turns as you enter and affixes you with a tired gaze. There are dark sacs beneath his eyes, and he looks as if he has not been sleeping. Hello. You again. Ionis frowns slightly as he stares at you. What is it you want this time? More questions. Okay. Ionis, there's a sensory stone in the sensorium that contains a fragment of your daughter's experience. His eyes blaze with hope. There is? But in which one? You must tell me. It is in one of the sensate's sensory stones. If you are not a sensate, you could not gain access. He thinks for a moment. I must find a way. Perhaps they would make an exception for her father. Okay. Okay, well, let's be helpful. If you wanted, I could speak to someone. I'm certain they would make an exception in your case.
Updated my journal.
Ionis looks relieved. If you could, I would be most grateful. I will go to settle the matter shortly. Now, in the sensory stone, she left a legacy number for me. Ah! Ionis nods. It seems you spoke true. My daughter was known to you then. He sighs. Hold a moment. I will see what was left to you. Okay, let's wait a bit.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Okay. All the articles are accounted for. Ionis is holding 3 scrolls in his hands. I had no idea she had established a legacy here. He's staring at the items, almost hypnotized. Here you are. If I may I read them, sir? Well, let's take a gander first. Let me read them first, then I shall decide. Of course, Ionis seems broken, but please, I beg you, I have very little left to remember my daughter by. Let's just go with this for now. I shall not forget. I return after I have... Should we let him read it? Or just kind of keep it back for himself? Something else you can help me with. Man, I can really make vows. Alright. It only seems right that he should read this. Let's just do the right thing here. Very well, what is it I can help you with? Okay. Take my leave. Alright, let's offload some of this stuff to... somebody else. Anybody else. Adder's tier, that's fine. No? Too far away. Okay.
I'm gone.
What do we got? A ring. That's weird. Okay. Deionarra's wedding ring. This ivory ring was part of Deionarra's legacy. It radiates a slight glow, and though it is cold to the touch, the chill is strangely comforting. The ivory band starts to fit the width of any finger. Soulstone. Let's see. Boost to armor class. Usable only by the nameless one. I'd have to drop +1 to armor class. I mean, it's slightly better. Just a gold bracelet. Sell that sucker. Which one should I... Let's drop that. Put that healing scroll. Deionarra's legacy. The scroll is neatly rolled up and wrapped in a red ribbon. When the ribbon is open, the healing magic contained within the scroll is released. Oh. The scroll will heal even the most critical of wounds. It disintegrates into powder when used. Okay, so it's not like a, just some magic I can learn. Heals 33 hit points. Use it. Last resort. Oh! Decanter of the Endless Water with command word? Note this item can only be used through dialogue with an object or creature. This is an ordinary... We've seen this before, of course. We used it way down underground a long time ago. You're confident you can put out most any fire, no matter how intense? That gives me an idea. But that's for later. Deionarra's legacy. My love. If you are reading this, then the tragedy I have seen has come to pass. I have died, and you have remained to suffer the loss. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me, and the brief moments when we were alone and you let your feelings be known, that was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you, carry no guilt, for I came with you on your haunted journey of my own accord, and no matter how death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Although we know pretty much that was not the case. Our lives are intertwined, my love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has seen what is to come, only in statico. I can't pronounce things tonight. Staccato, there we go. Segments. But it is enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, but we shall be reconciled again. Thus do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an interval before we meet again. Carry my ring with you, and these other pieces of me, and think of me. Keep me in your mind and heart, and that we will be the beacon that brings us together. Forever, Deionarra. Yeah, her father can read that. There's nothing wrong with it. He turns as you enter and his eyes lights up hopefully. At last, were you able to convince him to grant me access? Not yet. I hope to have some news soon. Oh, no. I want to talk to you, buddy. Here's Deionarra's legacy as I promised. Ionis takes the scroll and studies it. There is a long silence. Then he slowly looks up at you. You meant very much to my daughter. She was willing to give up her life for you. Yeah, I believe that's the case.
Updated my journal.
Ionis hands the scroll back to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your kindness. It is the least I can do. Perhaps there is something else you can help me with. What's this fire thing? Can you tell me about the fire? Huh. There's nothing much to say about the matter. It was a strange, localized fire. I cannot imagine what would have been precious in the documents that were burned, but someone must have wanted them destroyed. Can you tell me what was burned? A number of old legacies were burned, and some mementos and other keepsakes of value only to me. Yeah, remember the crazed version of myself said that he needed to come here and deal with some legacies? Let's just say I may have been responsible for the fire. You? What do you mean? Truth. I may have done it at some point in the past, when I was not in my right mind. I regret my actions and ask for your forgiveness. But Ionis looks almost at a loss for words. But why? Some of the things that were burned, they were precious only to me, irreplaceable. It is likely that one of those mementos or documents was threatening to this other self of mine. I do not believe I will ever know. Your other self? What are you speaking of? I have a peculiar condition. I lose myself on occasion and become someone else for a time. During that time, my actions are not known. Yep. Just like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ionis frowns. He seems to be thinking the matter over. I have heard of such symptoms of the mind, temporary amnesia, and the emergence of another personality. Then there is the fact you have chosen to claim responsibility for the crime. That is similar to my condition. I came to ask your forgiveness for the crime.
Updated my journal.
Ionis frowns, then his expression relaxes. There is nothing to forgive. I have come to terms with the loss, and no lasting harm has been done. I do not know why the target was chosen, however. There is nothing of value among the documents burned. What were them? Legacies mostly, some very old ones. Legacies? Oh. I think we've been through this chain before, but I don't recall this option. It's because we read the sensory stone. Yes, contracts, wills. Actually, I believe you have a legacy for me. Indeed. Very well. Do you remember the legacy in question? The legacy is number 51AA, I believe. He looks at you in surprise as you name the legacy. That is extremely old. Are you certain? A shocked look comes upon his face. I hope that wasn't one of the ones that were burned. How old is it? Well, Ionis ponders it for a moment. Several decades at least. Can you check and see if the legacy still exists? He nods quickly. Oh, yes, of course. It will take a moment. Very well, I'll wait. Ionis returns nodding. Yes, fortunately it was unharmed by the fire. All the articles are safe. Could I collect on it? I am the beneficiary. Of course. Sign here and here on the dotted line. There and there. All right. There we are. That should be the last of the paperwork. Here are all the items that were in the vault. One looks like a foundry receipt, though quite an old one, to be sure. Did the deceased have something commissioned at the foundry? Interesting. I don't really know. Perhaps. I'm beginning to think just about anything is possible. Where is the foundry?
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Oh, geez. 3 things. It is located in the lower ward. It is past the Great Gate. Look for a number of Godsmen guards at a gate, and you should be in the right place. Okay, anything else? Let's double check. I think that's good. Alright, let's pawn some more stuff off. We could give this to somebody else. Okay, let's
Alright.
group everybody up here. Oh, her inventory is almost completely full. Is there anything I can definitely give her the ring. She can use that. Personal item. Whose personal item? Handkerchief. Alright, let's... Fest Hall room key. Oh, we'll keep that. Monster jug. Well, we can put that somewhere. Did we ever find a use for this thing? Oh. I think that made enough room.
I'm gone.
Oh, it's only 2. Kaleidoscope gem. Strange chunk of rock. What the hell was my previous self storing here? I can't use it. Invokes chromatic orb when held. Usable only by good creatures. Oh, seriously? I can't use it because I'm not considered good? Huh. What about this rock? Stone Gullet of Lafale the Gross. Unique artifact. Permanent +1 to save versus poison. Permanent +5 resistant to acid. Huh. The gurgling stone gullet of Lafale the Gross is not as well known as most artifacts tend to be. No wars have been waged over it, no betrayals, no epic journeys into the underworld, only a few moralizing sorcerers, a fat man, and his stomach. The legend goes, Lafale the Gross was said to have been a promising practitioner of the art, a sorcerer's apprentice to one of the last seers of Es-Anan. Despite his skill at the art, however, his gluttony was a subject of much ridicule among his peers. During the last great massing of Es-Anan, Lafale was invited to dine at the center table, but unknown to him, his peers had filled his wine goblet with an elixir of turning flesh to stone to teach the rotund student a lesson. Lafale consumed such a great amount of food and drink during the mass, however, that it diluted the potion's effects. Complaining of a stomach ache hours after the feast, the local healers discovered that Lafale's stomach had turned into stone, yet was still capable of digesting food. Lafale lived the rest of his days happily eating, though his gullet was a few pounds heavier than before. When he finally died, his stomach was removed as an oddity, and since then it has wandered the plains in search of new stomachs. To use the artifact, one must consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread. So doing will turn the eater's stomach into the stone gullet. Devouring the stone gullet of Lafale will grant the user the blessing of stone and rock, and a slight resistance to stomach acid. Permanent +1. Why not? Okay. Let's see what's this receipt. Receipts stand with the symbol of the Godsman, probably redeemable at the Great Foundry. Okay. quick save that. What just happened? No idea. Oh crap. What is that? No.
I shall serve.
Attack, attack, attack.
What's up? It's not working on this. It's not working on this. It's not working on this thing.
Okay. Not good. Everybody, beat it to death. Come on.
Damn.
There we go.
I'm gone.
Huh. So I'm just gonna be like randomly attacked, am I? Okay.
Done.
Let's deal with this quest. Where's she hiding? There she is. Deionarra's eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? Yes, I have the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
Holy moly. 30,000. Sweet. At last. As she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry, but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These will be of great use to me, I thank you. Of course, Deionarra, I had some questions. I was hoping to learn more about your nature. Deionarra blinks. Merriman never told me much regarding my construction. I know little of the inner workings of my body, much as you likely know little of yours. Outwardly, though, I am a human woman in all respects, save for the texture and temperature of my flesh. Does that satisfy your curiosity? What about your mind, your emotions? Its functions are as much a mystery to me as any human's. When I first came to this place, I did not understand emotions, nor have any of my own. I have feelings now, though I am only beginning to understand them. Well, what do the keys do exactly? I can only assume that Merriman made the keys so that there would be no risk of me drawing away from him before he had tired of his experiment. Now that they are in my possession, I am free to develop and possess my own emotions. This is just going to give me the same question, just double check. Yep. I guess that's everything. Huh. Are these guys going to tell me anything new now? This strange cubic creature seems to be as much machine as it is organic. Yes, we know about the Modrons. Alright, let's go, Morty. I'm guessing they're not gonna... Well, let's... Questions. Who's this Adam person? Not sure who I am. Can't remember? Questions. No, I don't see anything new. Alright.
Alright.
Alright, let's see if we can get... And, oh, coins.
I'm gone.
Should probably rest at some point too to recharge all my spells. Okay, questions. Here we go. There's a man, Ionis, however you pronounce that, who I was hoping you would grant temporary access to the private sensorium. And for what reason would we allow such a thing? Because one of the stones there contains a fragment of his daughter's experiences. She died, far from home, not having seen him in a long while, and he mourns her loss deeply.
Updated my journal.
Splinter nods, thinks for a moment, then nods again. Yes, we shall allow this Enos to enter the private sensorium. Well escorted, of course. You may tell him he has permission. Thank you, Master Splinter.
I'm gone.
Okay, now we're gonna run back. Or let's make a double quick run to the sleeping chambers here.
All right.
Okay.
Done.
Quickly. Okay, good.
So, Fiendling, let me sit on your lap and hear a little story.
Oh, Morty.
Oh yeah, you trying to sit in my lap, that'll make a grand tale. A short one.
I'll just float over here and sulk then.
Poor Morty. He doesn't get any love, does he? I suppose I could also, chit-chat with my friends here and see if they've got anything new they want to tell me. Let's get the gang together.
May my faith
Waste your
lend
healing
me
spells.
strength. May my faith lend me strength.
Okay. Let's go with,
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Morty here. Doesn't look like it.
Aye.
How about
What is
Anna?
it you want then?
Huh. I don't see anything new. I do... Can I use this thing now? Reread. Nope. I guess I... Is there nothing greater than the 8th circle?
I'm gone.
Or maybe I just need to talk to him.
What is your will?
Mm-hmm. Teachings? Oh. I have read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthamon. Okay. Oh. There was an 8th circle within the Stone of Zerthamon. It spoke of division of the mind and the importance of focus. Dakon falls silent. When he speaks again, his tone is quiet, almost reverent. What does this 8th circle speak of? It speaks of focus and discipline, about how not knowing oneself can physically divide the man. It also speaks of the weaknesses that division causes. It seems to me that it tells one to not only know themselves and take strength from that, but that your focus can reveal weaknesses in your enemy. Dakon is silent for a moment. Will you make this circle known to me? Here we go. Take the Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon and unlock the 8th circle. Sweet. As you take the circle and twist the links, 2 more plates slide from the interior and into your hands. As with the 7th circle, you have no idea where they came from, but the Unbroken Circle still seems intact. The 8th circle remains. Dakon watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. We should both study them, you and I. I think when you know the 8th circle, perhaps then you will know Zerthamon's heart when he made the pronouncement of 2 skies. His words were not those of the Illithids, but of the people. Dakon stares at the plates. his eyes flickering over the geometries upon them, then looks up and matches your gaze. His blade bends, shifts, until the shimmering you noticed before has become a silver glow. He seems stronger somehow. Oh, nice. His strength, dexterity, and constitution permanent increase. Know that when death comes for you, know that I shall meet its blade with mine. Know that when all dies around you, know I shall live for your sake. When we die, Dakon, it shall be the same death. It shall be the pronouncement of two deaths as one.
Updated my journal.
Nice. Copy Zerthamon's focus spell. Oh.
It's in my spell book.
Okay, let's give the, Okay, gotta drop something off here. One skull to another.
Spell has been added to my teachings.
Okay, is there anything left with this thing? Wow, how deep does this thing go? Okay, examine the plates. You examine the circle carefully, studying the links and trying new patterns, but no new circles reveal themselves. Examine it again. Close it. Maybe that's it. Or maybe I need more intelligence to figure it out. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, we got this receipt. Oh, yes. Let's go back and talk to Deionarra's father. Nice at his date once again. Okay, over here, guys. What are we running into up here? Good. Okay, well, he's gonna be happy. Yes, they agreed to give you access to your daughter's sensory stone. Thank you, good sir, thank you. I am in your debt. It was no trouble, Eunice. Please go see the experiences of your daughter. I think they might ease your troubles.
Updated my journal.
I'll take that. Oop. Journal. Extremely grateful. That's great. No. Quests. Find a way to help Ingress. Ingress is the guy on fire, I believe. And we know that he can be one of our, he still looks pretty bad. Questions? Nothing today. Why don't we go check it out?
All right.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
Where was that? No. Here?
Yes?
Oh, what the heck is going on? What has happened? Yes? Oh, I'm just randomly talking to her? Huh. How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? I don't remember asking her about that. The meaning of names is a complicated subject. There is much to be said and a great deal that is better left unsaid. Is Fall from Grace your real name? Perhaps. She smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who's to say which is the real one? I think the name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. Grace nods. Your point is well taken. So why are you called to fall from grace? Would it matter? She smiles. It is an earned name. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. She looks at you questioningly. Does that make sense? Well, yes it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes. Perhaps that is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It is turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so, yet in speaking with you, you have caused me to realize some things. She smiles. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? She nods. You are most kind. I will do so. Okay,
Yes.
Other questions? Oh,
How'd you
okay.
even get a chance to take a breath when you're talking so much?
Ooh, Emma.
I stopped breathing the first time I saw you, fiendling.
The hive changes so rapidly. It has changed a great deal since I was here last.
We are in the marketplace. Okay. See if I can remember how to get back to where we need to go. Guess here.
Fell has a studio down here, does he not?
The tattoo guy? Geez, we just walked across the street and it's dark already.
Done.
Okay, I think this is the right. Where am I? Okay. Yes. In we go. Yep. There's our flaming little buddy there. Let's talk to him, shall we? Haha. Yeah, it does. I wonder if this decanter of endless water will do something. You tilt the decanter over the grill and begin to pour. A small stream of ice blue water pours from the decanter and touches the flames of the grill with a violent hissing and a rush of steam. As if in response to this challenge, the decanter seems to lunge forward, falling onto the grill and shattering. Ah, by the hells. Hissing billows of steam and a furious crackling noise rush from the grill, spilling over you and forcing you to cover your ears and turn away. There is a scream, a cackling, a terrible sound like 100 buildings burning. People screaming, their screams being cut short by the roar of flame and melting flesh. Cover your ears, block out the sound. As you put your hands over your ears to block out the sound, you feel a stickiness on your hands, like hot cheese or candle wax. Your ears are bleeding from the sound. You draw your hands back and see them covered with chunks of melted flesh, filled with bloody swirls. Try and get out of the bar. You are about to run from the bar, anything to get away from the sound, but suddenly all falls silent. except for a jagged crackling coming from the grill. You turn. On the grill lies the decanter of endless water, now nothing but shards and steam. Above it is the creature, flames still trailing from its body, floating over the bar's floor. It is staring at you, its eyes flickering like two torches. I know you.
Yes.
Whoa. The creature's face splits, charred flesh peeling away from its jaw so that it might speak. Yes. Its voice crackles, burns, roars through the creature's chest, and with every word, flakes of cinder and ash spit from its mouth and drift into the air. You can barely stand to look at the thing, the blazing radiance surrounding it is terrible to behold. Ignis.
Yes. Long have I slept dreams of flames. I am yours till death comes for us both.
The creature floats toward you, the air bending from the thermal surrounding it. Yeesh. Death. Okay, we shall see. Oh, geez, he is in my party. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, he's a mage. Neutral. Okay. What about his book? Oh, of course. Fire spells. Infernal Orb. Fiery Rain. Damn, everything is fire, fire, fire. Elemental Strike. No level 5 spells. Well, let's see if she's going to say anything about bringing him back. As you approach the woman to talk to her, Ignis's eyes flare up, and before you can stop him, he embraces her. She returns his embrace, losing herself in his flames. She does not cry out. Your last glimpse of her is burned into your memory. Her eyes are full of fiery passion and all-engulfing love. Nothing is left of her, not even ashes. That was thorough, Ignis, and hasty. I wanted to speak with her. Damn. Well, so much for that. Five companions. Nice. Well, guys, I think I'm going to end this episode here. Next time we need to head back and... Oh, I guess we can take a look at that Foundry receipt. At some point I need to go find the rest of the, I kind of lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Basically the other little side quests I've been picking up that I've kind of been ignoring.
All right.
We can see if we can do something about that. Also, I might want to pick up some new 4th level spells. I got 2 slots for them, but nothing to put in it. So there's that. Weapons and armor would always be nice. You know, good stuff. Anyway, that'll have to wait till next time. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Good night.